Hey guys, what's up? I am back with another video. This time we're doing a family-friendly version. We're going to be doing Disney's Aladdin. Aladdin is directed by Guy Ritchie, which is the same guy that did both the Sherlock Holmes films with Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law, as well as Man from U.N.C.L.E. and a lot of other action films. So it is pretty interesting that he's directing this movie. Aladdin stars Mina Massoud as Aladdin, Naomi Scott the Pink Power Ranger as Princess Jasmine, and the man himself, Will Smith, as the genie. I remember the day that Disney announced that they were making a live-action version of this movie, and I gotta admit, I was terrified. But after Disney did such a good job with the live-action Beauty and the Beast and the Jungle Book, I got a little excited, and when I heard that Will Smith was cast as the genie, I got even more excited, because if anyone could fill the shoes of Robin Williams, it's Will Smith. So, did Disney deliver? Right off the bat, I can tell you that this movie is visually stunning. We're taking a huge adventure through the streets of Agrabah and through the castles, and we get to go into the Cave of Wonders that has the exact same voice as the cartoon, which is a really cool nod.
Only one may enter here, one whose worth lies far within.
I think that this movie does a better job at showing us who the character of Aladdin is, his situation, how he got where he was, and he's a street rat, but he's also very cunning and quick-witted and extremely good at parkour. The introduction of Jasmine is handled very well and is pretty much exactly shot for shot of the animated movie. I think it's a really cool idea that they include Jasmine in the One Jump song as they're running away from the guards. In the animated, it was just Aladdin, and in this movie, it's got both of them running, and it's a good way to build their characters and also show that they do trust one another, even though they're just meeting for the first time. Later, we're introduced to the antagonist of the film, Jafar, and we're introduced to the main villain, Iago, the parrot. But seriously, if you listen to the lines that this bird has and how he says it, it kind of seems like he's the diabolical mastermind telling Jafar what to do. That bird creeps me out. We get a little bit more depth into Jafar's character and how he got where he is and why he wants to be Sultan. The evil things that he's done, how he spent 5 years in a Sherbad jail. Little things like that is pretty interesting to know. Cut back to Aladdin and Jasmine flirting in Aladdin's house. When Jasmine has to leave, the monkey steals her bracelet, giving Aladdin another opportunity to see her. Like a true wingman. As Aladdin is breaking into the palace, Jafar sees him, sees his parkour skills, and immediately assumes that he's the diamond in the rough that he's been looking for. Aladdin is sent into the Cave of Wonders, retrieves the lamp, and meets the genie. Will Smith sings his version of A Friend Like Me, and Aladdin tricks him to get out of the cave. Aladdin wishes to be prince, lies to the woman he loves, and it works until Jafar ultimately steals the lamp, rules for a little bit. Jasmine gets to finish her solo song that she's been singing the whole film. Aladdin ultimately outwits Jafar. Aladdin gets the lamp back. The genie becomes human. Aladdin and Jasmine get married and they live happily ever after. One of my favorite things about the original Aladdin is probably the music. You know, it's a Disney movie, so there's going to be a lot of music in it. And I feel like this movie does a good job at staying true to the source material. There are a few different changes and Jasmine gets her own solo. But overall, I feel like this movie does a good job at staying true to the source material. Another thing that this movie adds, or at least adds a little bit more of, is the humor aspect. There are several laugh-out-loud moments from this film that are not in the original, usually because it's Will Smith just ad-libbing the whole time. In the very beginning, we get the scene with Prince Anders being a total goofball, and we love every minute of it. There's the famous scene with the jams.
We have jams.
Jam?
Jams? Yes, jams. Yam jams.
Every word out of Will Smith's mouth, basically. And we get a new character, Dahlia, and she's just adorable and hilarious. And her and Jasmine have that best friend connection that just makes it really enjoyable and kind of makes you like Jasmine more as a character because she's best friends with her handmaiden. The four main characters of this movie are Aladdin, Jasmine, the genie, and Jafar, and I think that this movie does a really good job at fleshing out each and every one of them. We get a little bit more meat into the character of Jasmine and what she wants to do. She wants to become Sultan. You know, we get to learn a little bit more about her mother. And it's not so much just that she doesn't want to be told who to marry, but she just wants choice in her life. She wants to be able to change the law. She loves her people and she has ambitions for them and what's best for them. She wants to be heard. She doesn't want to be kept down any longer. And that's what her solo Speechless is all about. Aladdin's character is pretty much the same. Now, that's a good thing on Mina Masood, that he was able to portray that character, and you can tell that that's Aladdin when you see him, that's Aladdin. But I would have liked to have gotten a little bit more, just more, I guess. He is an excellent thief and he's really good at parkour, but other than that, he's the same character. He even sounds the same. Will Smith's genie does steal the show as soon as he comes on the screen, so I'm really glad that it takes that time to develop Aladdin, Jasmine's character, and even Jafar a little bit before we get to meet the genie, because once he is on the screen, he kind of overshadows everybody else. He brings that charisma that Will Smith brings to every movie he's in. Like I said, I was terrified when this movie was announced, mainly because I didn't think that they could do the genie's special effects well enough yet. In the cartoon we see him transforming into animals, different characters, and it's just Robin Williams messing around, and then the animation can go in and change what they need to later on. Whereas this, they need to decide what they're doing before they do it. And when I saw the first trailer for the movie, like everybody else, I was not convinced. I didn't think that Will Smith looked very good as the genie because the CGI was incomplete, and it just looked like they deep faked Will Smith's head onto a video game character. But like I said, that was when it was incomplete, and I'm pleased to say that I was wrong. This effect looks pretty good, honestly. It's not distracting at all. The texture is solid and it looks like it could actually be happening. And I think that the character design of the genie in general just looks like it belongs in the film. The CGI for Abu, however, is kind of I don't know. I kind of think that they could have spent a little bit more time, or even used different scenes where they're actually using a capuchin monkey. I feel like Night at the Museum did a better job at Dexter than they did with this movie doing Abu, which is in 2019. This movie knows when to be faithful and when to take liberties. A good example of that would be the Magic Carpet, A Whole New World scene. I feel like that was a good example of them being faithful. And it was a good way for the director to show that he cares about what the original movie was and what it means to other people. If they did change it and made it more of a 2019 flair or put the rap in it or anything, I feel like that would have been a really poor decision on their part. But then they have moments like Jasmine's solo where she is able to express how she feels, and it's completely different, but it adds to her character. Now is the time that I would usually spend about 5 minutes talking about the things I don't like about this film. But unfortunately, because they stayed so true to the animation, there's not really anything bad that I could find. I was looking. I didn't find anything bad. All I have are a few nitpicks about the film. Stuff like casting Jafar really young kind of bothered me. I feel like Jafar's actor, while he was doing a good job of portraying Jafar, I don't think his acting was on par with the others in this film. Naomi Scott, Mina Masood, Will Smith, I think they all do a better job at bringing their character to life. If you're looking for a more serious, action-packed drama with a complicated story, you're not going to find it in this film. It was made for families. It's really fun adventure that you can go on and enjoy and, listen to some good songs along the way. I really do think that Disney and I think the Guy Ritchie nailed it on this film. It's as good, if not better, than the original film.
You can clap now.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you liked the video, please drop a thumbs up down below. Comment if you have any suggestions or anything you'd like to see in the future. I'm going to be putting out 2 videos a week, so please subscribe. Hit the notification bar, and then you can know when I'm going to be posting my next video. My next video is going to be Star Wars Attack of the Clones, so make sure to hit that notification so you can know exactly when that's up. That's all for now. See you guys later.